Home sweet home. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the van. It feels like it's been a long time since I've had some quality time in the van. But yeah, I'm out in the van, and I'm enjoying some nice clam fish chowder. And I'm gonna relax tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up and do a sunrise shoot. It's beautiful outside. We're at that time of year now. We're at that time of year where autumn is just around the corner. You can smell it in the air. You know, there's a certain dampness to the air, a certain chill. The ferns and the bracken are just starting to turn. The fungi is starting to grow. It's all coming. Autumn is just around the corner. I'm very excited. So I was really glad to get out. I think I've looked out with the weather because it's rubbish right now, which is why I've not done any photography this evening. But tomorrow morning and the next day looks fantastic. So hopefully there'll be some great photography. I want to thank Squarespace as well, because this video is sponsored by Squarespace. So if you need a website, go to squarespace.com/Heaton. I went for a little scout earlier on Crummock Water, which is where I'm parked. I'm parked right next to Crummock Water. It's a beautiful camp spot. I'm sharing it with another van. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it to myself, but I suppose that's to be expected. And I am a stone's throw from where I need to be in the morning, so it's perfect. Welcome back to the UK and back to the van. And I think I'm gonna eat my chowder, relax, read a book, try and get a good night's sleep, and then tomorrow morning, hopefully get an image at sunrise just out there across the water. So for now I'll say good night. And I will see you first thing tomorrow morning. So it's now the next morning. I slept quite well in the van, but I have to say, quite disappointed this morning. There's a lot of low cloud and no light, and still it's quite windy, which is disturbing the water. I don't think the really good weather is supposed to set into later on this afternoon and then through tomorrow. So yeah, looks like we were just a bit too early. I found a beautiful subject nonetheless. And there's this submerged boat, and I spotted it yesterday when I was walking and exploring the area, and I wasn't sure if I could get to it or not. But I put on some wellies this morning, and I was able just to wade through the boggy marshland and get access to this boat. And I really love the kind of romance of a submerged boat. I don't know, I think it's a great subject. It's just such a shame that there isn't any light or any kind of atmosphere, because the composition I have in the image would work so well if we just had a beautifully still morning, a bit of light and a bit of mist. I think what we're demonstrating here this morning is that conditions, the conditions of the day, the conditions of the morning, they are everything. Light is everything, atmosphere is everything. When you come out on a day like today and it's very, very blah, very, just neither here nor there, it's probably the most challenging conditions to work in. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. And I love the composition. I love it. The boat's beautiful. I love the boat is half filled with water, so it gives you that separation between the choppy body of the lake and then this lovely sort of small area of calm within the boat. You get a bit of contrast. It just needs light. It needs light. And I don't know if we're gonna get that. Ooh. Nope. Nope. Maybe I could shoot a black and white. We do have detail in the sky, you know. We do have clouds. Alright, that's enough moaning. Let's go and shoot the boat. God damn it. So with there being no light, I've decided to try a different technique to try and lift the image, just to try and make it worthwhile shooting. Because I really do like the subject and the composition. So I've dropped in a 6-stop ND filter, which is going to completely flatten out the water, because that gives me an exposure of about 1 minute 20 seconds. And it just gives it that slightly more ethereal look, and I really like that. The only problem I have is the boat is moving slightly because there's a wind and the waves, the water's a bit choppy, so that's not great, because with a 1 minute 20 exposure you do get a soft boat. But again, I'm not too concerned. I don't really mind if everything's pin sharp, because it makes sense that the boat has a bit of motion to it, a bit of motion blur, so that's fine. So I'm going to take the image now, 6-stop filter. I've got a soft edge grad on just to bring down the sky because it's a bit bright with the dark hills. 1 minute 20 seconds, and I really do think it's a nice photograph. I'm probably going to convert it to black and white. That's always a good thing to do on days like this when conditions aren't quite in your favour. So I'm at f11. I'm focusing on the hills in the distance because, like I say, there's motion blur in the boat, so it really doesn't matter if it's not pin sharp throughout. I think if it was a perfectly still morning I would just focus stack it, but for now, single shot, 1 minute 20 seconds there or thereabouts, f11, focusing on the distant hills, and most likely you'll see a black and white conversion, although I make no promises. Alright, here we go, 1 minute 20. So, after being a bit of a misery guts, it turns out that I actually quite like the final image. But as I made my way to my sunset location, I was feeling disappointed with how the morning went. I soon started to cheer up though, as the sun came out and I prepared my bag ready for a hike that I've been wanting to do for a couple of years now. It's a moderate hike of less than 2 hours, and the reward is a panorama that dreams are made of. And although the hike isn't too long, it is rather steep. So I'm only about 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in. It's hard going like it, you know what I mean? Straight from the road, straight up, no messing around. No switchbacks, they don't seem to really do switchbacks in the UK, I've noticed. Anyway, we're about 20 minutes in, and already you can start to see why I'm quite excited about this hike. Let me show you the views from here. And this is I suppose what will be the right hand side of the pano. You can't see the middle and left side, look at this. So quite dramatic Lakeland Fells over there in the distance. And that is that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just about a quarter of what we'll be shooting. So now that I've seen that view, I'm really quite keen and excited to crack on, push on and get to where we're going. But I think there's a way to go yet. Okay, so we're about halfway there, and now we're getting more of an idea of the view. So we started down there somewhere just on the edge of Lowes Water, But what I've come up here for, and bear in mind we're not there yet, nowhere near, is this view here, down the valley with Crummock Water and then Buttermere in the distance. But I think in order to get the best view, have about another mile that direction, and we get a clean view down the valley, beautiful panorama. This is west, this is where the sun's gonna set, hang on. Oh, it's windy as well. And you can see that the sky looks very clear to the west, although there is some haze just along here. That haze could be troublesome, that haze could block that lovely crisp light that we hope for when shooting this direction with a pano. So it's probably best if I set up and shoot early rather than waiting until the sun is low on the horizon. Because if the sun gets too low on the horizon, there might be no light at all, and it'll just be as flat as a pancake. Alright, over and out, guys. I'll see you when we get to where we're going, which is that way. Onwards and upwards. Oh, there's the summit cairn. Oh, finally. So, if anybody's wondering, this fell is called Low Fell, and I've just dropped down from the high point, which is just in front of me behind you guys, just because we have an uninterrupted view here on quite the steep edge, and the view is just fantastic. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's lovely and warm. It's a bit breezy, a little bit windy, but not too bad. We're quite sheltered here, so I think I'm going to set up, get my composition and my tripod set up so that it's perfect for a panorama, so make sure it's nice and level, make sure the camera's on there and all good to go and focused. And I'm just going to keep my eye on things, you know, because we do have haze, a little bit of haze out to see where the sun is going to set, and that might just obscure the light. So I think this is going to be a case of patience. One image only, one composition, and shoot it over the next, well, hang on, 3 hours basically. But I think it'll be worth it. It's a lovely view. It's very, very nice and totally worth it, and a great way to end the day, because this morning, awful. just terrible. So yeah, not a bad place to waste a few hours. So whilst I just wait for the light, I'm going to have some chicken curry. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, I was going to camp up here tonight. I was going to camp on this very spot, but I kind of had a bit of a dilemma. I had to decide between, because from here there's basically one shot, which is the pano. Well, there's probably more, but really I've just got my sights set on the one shot, and to be honest, there isn't a great, there's a few, you know, that's the best shot, that's the shot, let's put it that way. So there's one shot, and originally what I was going to do is come up here, sunset, shoot the pano sunset, camp over, and then shoot the same pano sunrise, just in case the light was no good in the evening, or whatever, and I thought that would have made some really good content. But I've decided against that because the light looked really good this evening, so I knew I was going to get the evening shot, or at least I hope so. I haven't taken it yet. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to get the evening shot, and then to camp over and shoot the same scene again, it just felt like it would have been a bit of a waste of time. The camping would have been fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I think this really, at this time of year, this is very much a sunset location. So instead, what sort of swayed me was the fact that tomorrow the weather looks fantastic. There should be 0 winds, lovely and calm in the morning. So actually that is really going to lend itself to kind of lakeside photography, because there's a lake down there, Loweswater. Haven't explored it or shot it before, but it looks like it has potential. So the new plan, rather than camping over, was to simply come up, shoot sunset, hike back down, and then tomorrow morning, which will be a different video, I'll shoot sunrise down at the lake. So that's what we're doing. But you know, camping or no camping, there's nothing better than having your tea up in the mountains, up in the fells with a view like this, especially when the sun is shining. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to let this cook now. Chicken curry, only one portion. See that one portion, one serving. If you watched my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm going to let that cook, and then yeah, the light should soon be getting good. The great thing is I can see the sun, I can see the sky, I can see and predict exactly what's going to happen, because quite often in the Lake District there's a big mountain obscuring where the sun is, so you can't see what's going on. But not here. Got a full view out to sea and it's fantastic. So whilst I wait for my chicken curry to cook, I thought I'd take a quick shot now, because the light's okay. It's okay. It's not as, you know, it's not great, but it's not bad. But what I am noticing is I've been concerning myself with what's going on out to sea where the sun's setting with regards to the haze and the clouds that might block any light. But what I've not really been paying much attention to is the sky in this direction. There was lots of interest, lots of clouds over there not too long ago, but now they're starting to dissipate, and I'm quite concerned that we're going to be left with just blue skies. So what I'm actually going to do is grab a shot now while we do have some interest and some clouds in the sky. There is a small cloud blocking the sun, but it seems fine over there where we're shooting. So I'm just going to grab a very quick pano. I'm at f9, and I always just like to shoot a little bit further than I need to, a bit further left, and pan a bit further right than I need to, and shoot a little bit wider than I need to, just so I've got that option if I want to crop in or change the shape of my pano, because it's not always the easiest to visualize things perfectly when you're looking at a scene, because I find it difficult to judge, you know, a 16:7 ratio or a 2 or a 1:3 or whatever aspect ratio you use. So I better grab this now before those clouds disappear altogether. So f9, ISO 100, and I'm not using any filters. Now I expect that I'm going to shoot this pano. Oh, and one more thing. Always finish with a shot of my hand in front of the lens, because I expect, as I was saying, I'm going to shoot this pano several times over the next 90 minutes. And what I don't want to happen, and I always say this when shooting a pano, and I'm worrying that it's becoming repetitive, but what I always say is just finish your pano, or it could be a focus stack or whatever. Finish it with your hand in front of the lens. And when you get back to Lightroom, you'll see like a set of 7 or 8 images, and then you'll just see like a black image, which is your hand, then another set, and then a black image. And that just makes life so much easier when you're in Lightroom and you're processing all of your hundreds of photographs. So yeah, that's it. There we go, first shot done. It's not, you know, I don't know, it's nice to get one out, get one in the can, just in case it all goes horribly wrong. But I expect that the next time you see me, or the next time you see me in front of this camera, the light, hopefully, will have improved. I am concerned with the sky that way though. It's just, landscape photography is so hard to get everything you want. You have to come out like every day forever just to get those perfect conditions. No, I'm not going to dwell. I'm going to go and eat chicken curry instead.
enjoying a less than average dehydrated chicken curry, I got up and I shot another pano, and then another one, and another one, and then another one. And I watched as the sun started to set and the light that painted the landscape began to change. Yeah, that's it. I'm definitely done now. The light it was better before. It's just getting worse and worse as everything plunges into darkness. Well, not darkness, into shade. But yeah, I don't know. It's been good. I don't know. I just don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I think the view is beautiful. I think the potential is, amazing. But I think I need to come back in winter when there's some snowfall. I think that will transform it. So that's probably going to happen. Yeah. I don't know, I'm happier now than I was this morning, so that's a good thing. I've enjoyed the hike, I've enjoyed a nice bit of peace and quiet, and I do think we'll get a nice image. I'm going to throw the image up at the end of this video. I don't know which image I'll go for, whether I'll go for one that I've taken recently or one that I took a couple of hours ago. Maybe I'll blend them and do a composite. If I do, I'll let you know. I'll put it on screen. But yeah, cold, it's windy now. Cold, so I'm definitely going to pack away. Thank you guys, thank you for watching, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate every single view and comment and engagement. Big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you don't know who Squarespace are, they are an all-in-one platform where you go and you build your website, so you don't need to know any kind of coding to make a nice website, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you wanna give them a go to squarespace.com/Heaton and give it a free try. And if you like free trial and it all looks good and it's all working well, then use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. Right, I'll throw the image up on screen. I'm gonna hike back, go to the van, make a nice hot cup of tea, and relax, ready for tomorrow morning. So, until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.